If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Ms. Scott McCray,
Yes.
you claim that you've been supporting your daughter, Ms. Scott, and her 7 children long enough.
Yes.
You say that your daughter's husband is a deadbeat, and you wish she'd leave this man and get off the system. Ms. Scott McCray, you are suing your daughter for $3,900 in unpaid loans.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Scott, you say your mother was an addict when you were younger and now tries to act holier than thou.
Yes.
You believe that your mother is jealous of you and wants your husband.
Yes.
You say Ms. Scott McCray never told you to pay her back.
No.
Ms. Scott, you petitioned the court for a lie detector test to know once and for all if your mother wants your man.
Yes.
We will reveal those results later today.
Okay.
Now, Ms. Scott McCray, why are you so intent on breaking up your daughter and her husband?
Your Honor, I don't want to break up my daughter and her husband, but my daughter needs a wake-up call. She's very intelligent. She's smart. I mean, she has goals, and she had aspirations when she was younger that I've seen her just lose total sight of. He's a deadbeat. He's not a good provider. He hinders his family more so, I think, than he can help it.
How does he hinder his
He
family?
can't keep a job for more than a week or two.
He has a job.
When
He
did
just
he
got
get
a
it?
job.
Last week?
It doesn't matter
And how
when
long
he
is
got
he
it.
going to
He's
keep
working.
it? 2
So, Ms.
weeks?
Scott McCray,
How long is he going to keep it?
Just let it be known, Mom. You wish you had a man like him,
Oh
and
my
that's why you claim him
God.
to be a deadbeat, because that's what you're used to having, and that's what you want me to have. You're after him. You're after my man.
Ms. Scott McCray, why are you calling your daughter's husband a deadbeat?
If I have 5 children depending on me, and they need things in the morning to sustain them while they're at daycare, and this man,
What's the
Toy,
things they need?
Toy,
What they need?
I
What
was
they need?
sleeping in
What
their
was it?
den. I was
Okay.
sleeping in their den. I watched Toy one night, particularly. He went into the kitchen 3 or 4 times, and the whole night he was eating cereal. He was eating cereal.
that's just what
Okay,
a deadbeat
did
That was
would
what
do.
that's what they would do.
Okay, but did that take cereal out of my
no,
children's
it didn't
mouth?
take the
No,
cereal. They
because
couldn't
we
eat
have
the
more than
cereal
enough.
because they didn't have milk.
Why are you
Oh,
only
so you're
drinking
saying-
all the milk.
You're saying
only
she had to
somebody
ask
who's
me
wanting
for
somebody
milk.
be on little
Okay,
things like
She had to ask me
because
for
I'm trying
milk.
to understand this story. Your mother has accused your husband of being a deadbeat,
But
and now
only
she
because
said
he
he
ate
ate
cereal.
all the cereal.
And you know what? They couldn't eat the cereal because they didn't have milk to put on the cereal.
And that might be a crime in some houses.
You know
right?
what? It's
But
not
you
so much
saying
as that he ate the cereal.
He didn't leave
He didn't
any
leave
for the
milk,
children.
knowing that
is your
those
point.
children was going to need milk
So in
for
the
the next
morning, when
morning
the kids
to take to
woke up-
daycare. There was no milk
Okay.
for their bottles.
Besides the cereal incident and the milk issue,
What else is
other
there?
reason would you accuse
He won't
her husband?
work. His last job that he had, Celeste was working 2 jobs. The reason he quit his job so he could go home and babysit the kids.
Excuse me, he didn't quit his job, but that's what she ran and told everybody, like she always does, tells everybody our business. He was laid off. If a job runs out of work, they lay you off.
But
So
the
why
truth
was he fired
is
from-
if
okay,
your daughter and her husband decided that maybe it was more financially beneficial for him to quit his job, or if he was laid off, decide that he wouldn't go back to work so that he could take care of the kids, isn't that a family decision?
Your Honor, not when you're getting evicted every 6 to 7 months. It's not. It shouldn't be a family decision.
Oh, we get evicted
Not
every
when it's
6 to
getting
7
gas
months.
every year. Every year, they're good. They do good
But
at
let
tax
you
time.
tell that you paid our rent for 5 and 6
So
months. Mom.
that's when I was staying with you when you were
But
on
when
Tucker
have you
CG.
ever
And as
paid
soon as
our
I
rent for
moved
5
out,
or 6
y'all
months,
got
Mom?
evicted because you
Yeah,
couldn't
because you
continue to
gave
pay
me
the
a
rent.
bounce check.
No, I gave it. I didn't give you a bounce
We
check.
were in a
I
bind.
canceled
Wait a
the
minute,
check.
in a
Miss
bind.
Scott,
No,
I'm
oh,
sorry.
you canceled it
I
now.
canceled $400 of it. Mike had an $800 check, but I had to take 4 of it to move out of your house because I got sick and tired of
But
living in
that
the
was behind our
situation.
back, though. Your
I didn't do it to you at all.
You lived with us for a
So
year,
I lived with you for 3 months.
I cannot hear the story with both
3
of you
months.
arguing back and forth at one another. Miss Scott, tell me the story. You said your mom wrote you a bounce check.
Yeah, she came to live with us from Asheville. She was in treatment. She left treatment. She got clean. She came and lived with us because she didn't have anywhere else to go. For the first year, we did not ask her for no money. Every
my
week she got her
Lord.
unemployment. She used
Oh,
her
my
money on
Lord.
her. If I did go to her for $1 here and there, okay, you living with us. She didn't have to buy no food.
Ooh.
She didn't have to buy no hygiene.
Ooh.
Ooh. She did not have to do none of that. Now, at the end of the year, we got in the bind. Okay, this woman, she met this man. Okay, sewing her Royal Oats or whatever it's called. She met him. Now, she's acting like a little high school girl while she was living with us, sleeping with him in the house. Like one morning, we getting the kids ready for daycare. If Toy wouldn't have walked in the living room, the kids would have seen her full moon.
What?
my couch.
And I've never even.
I don't know if I want to know, but
You know what I'm saying? Doing what
Having sex?
the children.
Having sex?
You're right, but in my
In the
home,
front room?
early in the
That's
front
a lie,
on the
Your
couch,
Honor.
Your
That's a
Honor.
lie, Your Honor.
Grandma, you were
That's a
not
lie,
having
Your
sex
Honor.
in the front room.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
What about when we looked out the back window and you was out there in the car with them?
I don't know nothing about that.
I bet you
I
don't.
don't know nothing about that.
Anyway, Your Honor.
But Celeste, you know what? I'm
towards
grown.
This part of
I'm
the,
grown.
Towards this part
Rather
of
than have
living
sex
with
in your
us,
house, I
felt
may have done it in the
okay,
car.
If she's doing these, adult business in our home and disrespecting us like that, then let's ask her to help us with the rent. We were 2 months behind. We needed to give him $1,200. I went to my mother and told her, we got half in cash. Can you meet me the other half of the way so we all still have a place to live? She told me yes. She told me, I'll take y'all cash and give you a check for the full amount. My landlord called me and said, well, this check I'm at the bank and it's not going through. It's not clearing. I'm calling my mom. She ain't answering the phone.
I didn't have to pay your bills, Celeste.
So,
I
but
said
you
I didn't have
agreed to, and
I
your
paid
grandchildren were
what I
involved.
agreed to pay, and when I took the other portion and moved into my place, I had to take care of me.
You really don't like your daughter's husband.
I don't respect him.
Okay.
Well, if you
I have
don't
no
respect
Has he
him,
been faithful to your
okay,
daughter? Has he gotten anything right? Has he been faithful?
if she
No,
doesn't
he is
respect
not.
him, Your Honor,
My
then
daughter
why
has
is she
actually
always
come
touching on
home
him?
from the hospital and caught her husband naked in their house with another woman. He almost lost a thumb because of it.
What?
That's when I say no.
Okay,
good.
but if I forgave him for that, why can't you?
It ain't about me
It's
not
my
forgiving
husband.
him. I just
Why
don't
you
like
still
the way
got to
he
bring it
treats
up?
you. I don't like the way he does you and your family.
So why do
know-
you feel that it's your?
Can I say
your-
something, Your Honor?
When I
what,
let you
Celeste?
know.
I think y'all, both of y'all need some help.
Oh, but
Because
you
your
don't.
mind
You
is
don't.
wrapped around Toy
You
to
don't
the
need
degree that I
help.
think he controls so much of your
Your
life
mind
that you
wrapped
can't
around
even
him,
see
too.
straight. How?
Because this whole issue is because of Toy. Let you tell it.
This whole issue is because I
He's a
think you need
deadbeat
some
in
help
her
with your
eyes.
family.
But when she comes to my home, the only name you hear out of her mouth is Toy. Toy, can you help me do this? Toy, can you grab this? Toy, can you fix me this? Toy, will you fix this?
Is that
Toy, can
true,
you come
Ms.
and look at
Dr.
this?
McCray?
That's not true, Your Honor.
Oh my goodness.
That is so not true.
Okay,
I
what
really
about the
last
day when
thing
we
that
was in
Toy
the
helped
home
me do-
having a couple of drinks, Your Honor? She's about to leave. I walk her out to her car. Now she got in her car, crank it up. So of course, bye mom. I turn around and go back in the house, but something just told me to, just look back out the door. I look out the door. She done got out her car, walked up to our car where Toy was sitting, and kissed him on his cheek, a slobbery kiss. If he would have turned his
Oh,
face,
my Lord.
they would have been tongue kissing. What was that even for?
You know what,
And then
Celeste, I
her
wouldn't
exact
wish
words
your
were,
husband on my worst
son-in-law,
enemy."
you're the best son-in-law I ever had. I
No.
just love you. But
If
he's
you
a
love
deadbeat.
Wait a minute, so
Celeste,
wait a
you're
minute.
lying.
Miss
Your
Ma,
Honor,
I
she's
seen
lying.
you.
She's lying.
Let's get some
Your
order.
Honor.
Let's get some order. I am ready to hear from Mr. Young. Please stand up, sir. Step to the podium. Well, a lot has been said about you today.
Yes, ma'am.
And I want to know what you have to add to this.
She always touching me on my chest.
What chest?
She always patting on me. She always saying, you do more than I can't get my son or the man I'm sleeping with to do, to have me to come and do things.
God.
What is
She even came out the blue one day to even come and get me by myself to come and pick up a tent for her.
$30
that
tent,
her
Your
grown
Honor, from
son
Family Dollar.
and the man she's sleeping with in the same
They
house.
were all there when he put that tent up. And if I'm not mistaken, I didn't come and get y'all. Y'all came to my house
Right,
that day.
but like he
I didn't
said
come and
at
get him.
first, when
They
she came to the
my
house, she was like, I'm gonna take Toy to the house so he can put up my tent.
So
bring
you
it back.
believe
And I said,
as
no.
well she has a little crush on you.
I believe she,
That's
yeah,
why
she
I
have a
think
little
Your
crush
Honor, they
and
need
she have a
help
little
because they're
mental
both
problem.
twisted in
Now,
the head.
Ms. Scott McCray has taken a lie detector test as it relates to this issue.
Okay.
Thank you.
And we're going to get to that in a moment. She accuses you, Mr. Young, of being a deadbeat.
Yes, for me to be a deadbeat, I was getting unemployment every week when I was working. I was working at the Blake Hotel.
And what'd you
Then
do
she
with it?
have me to work there, right?
I sure did.
I was making checks. I was paying my rent on time. I was just short of a little bit of cash. But us used to go ask her for the change to pick what we have. She always used to come and
Wait, back it up. What's that phrase? Some change to...
pick
To put,
the
like
rest.
sometimes we may come short.
Okay.
Now, the only person I have here is my mother and my father. The only people he have here is his grandmother and his grandfather. So if we're short, we got 7 kids, Your Honor. 6 boys and one girl, Your Honor, that
Wow.
we take care of every day.
Yeah.
So sometimes you're
I
saying
can't-
you need a little help.
A little help. What family with 7
So
kids?
when you say,
would?
I just want to be clear, when he said we asking for some change, because when I'm thinking of change, I'm thinking of quarters and nickels. I'm not thinking
maybe
of
$100. Maybe
for rent.
$100.
All of it?
Maybe $100 we
Yeah.
may have
Okay.
had to ask her for. But still, that don't give her no right to parade around the job and
Just
tell everybody.
that I'm working around all the people I work around that Toy.
That's a
can
lie,
you
Your
help
Honor.
them?
That's a lie, Your Honor. That never
my
happened.
boss
That
man, she
never
used to go to my
happened.
boss man.
Everybody that
even
worked
though
there
she
knew who I was and knew who he was to me. I didn't have to say a word.
no.
Wait, you would be
I didn't have to say a
at
word.
his job?
I worked there. I helped him get the job.
Okay.
But how could they know who I was?
I was human resources manager.
But that don't manager don't mean go around
your
the
business.
hotel
I
and
could care
tell
less
our
about his business.
All right, let's get some order.
I care less
so
about
what
his
I want to
business.
understand from Mr. Young is you have this job. Are you having trouble sustaining employment over a long period of time?
No.
That's a nice way of asking, can you keep a job?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
You're
No,
right.
ma'am.
No, he can't.
No.
No.
It
He
just-
said he can't.
That's right.
No.
He said he can't.
No.
Now,
No, he
can't.
why is it that you can't keep one?
because the job always ending.
So you have temporary or seasonal work.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, a lot of people work temporary and seasonal work, so I completely understand that. Are you using your best efforts to provide for these 7 children?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
No.
Well, if not, they look well kept to me.
That's because you do it.
That's because
They
we
ain't
do
doing-
it.
they
We're
don't
both
do
in the
a
home.
thing.
You're not
But
both.
you're not going to him. He got to get something out of the deal.
Let me get to your suit. Now, Ms. Scott McCray, you are suing your daughter for $3,900.
Yes.
for money you say you loaned her over the years.
It was a loan, Your Honor.
And I'm sorry?
That I never knew was a
She
loan.
knew, because
Okay.
every time I gave her anything, I said, Celeste, I need this back.
Oh.
Okay, you're saying it was a loan.
Yes.
Do you have any proof from the court?
I have bank statements showing the times that my money went into the bank, highlighting when it came out and the times that it
Hand
came
those
out.
to the bailiff, please. Jerome, let me see those. You say $3,900 for rent, money for food and clothes. Now, I see bank withdrawals, Ms. Scott McCray, but they're just counter withdrawals for cash.
Yes, and it would come the cash that I would give to them to help pay their bills or pay the rent, or that I would pay to the landlord.
Do you have any receipts from the landlord
No, I
when
don't,
you
sir,
gave him
because
rent?
I never asked for receipts. He dealt with them for that.
Did you get an IOU or a promissory note from your daughter and
No,
her
I didn't,
husband
Your Honor.
for money that you loaned?
Because I always took her for her word that she would pay me back.
I can see here where you've withdrawn substantial amounts of money. And I also can see here where you've made purchases at stores where there could potentially be for your daughter, her husband, or the children. What you don't have is any independent evidence that shows that this was a loan that you required her to pay back. Without something in writing, it is not proven that it's a loan. Are we
I
clear?
understand. We're
The
clear on
ruling is
that.
for the defendant.
I understand.
Now it's time for the lie detector results. Jerome, do you have an envelope? Before I read these lie detector results, it is your contention that your mother has feelings and affections for your husband
It has to be something. Your Honor.
and maybe wants to be with him.
Yes.
What do you think these lie detector results are going to show?
The truth. And if she
Definitely.
doesn't want my husband, my mother's like Jacqueline Hyde.
Oh,
1 minute she's bashing, the next minute she's loving. And I'm getting tired of that, Your Honor. I want her to be a mother, just straight up and down mother.
All right, let's get to the results.
I'd like to know what your interpretation of that
Ms.
is.
Scott McCray, you were asked, have you ever made any sexual advances towards your son-in-law, Toy? You said no.
No.
And the lie detector determined. Ms. Scott McCray, you were asked, have you ever made any sexual advances towards your son-in-law, Toy? You said no.
No.
And the lie detector determined that was the truth.
Yes, it was.
Ms. Scott McCray, you were asked if you want a sexual relationship with your son-in-law, Toy.
Made my head hurt.
You said no, and the lie detector determined that was the truth.
Yes, it was.
Okay. All right. And that's what I would rather hear.
I want to say this. Now that you all have gotten the answers that you came for, Ms. Scott McCray, your daughter has chosen to stay with her husband.
I see that. Your
And you
Honor.
have to respect that.
And I do.
Daughter,
stay out of the way.
Ms. Scott, you have your husband and you have your family.
Yes.
But let's be honest. When the blank hits the fan, you always call your mother.
I do, Your Honor.
And she's there for you in whatever capacity she can be there. Don't minimize that. I wish you all the best of luck and encourage you to just forgive and forget a little. Life's too short. Court's adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.